We are back with some more Seahawks franchise, and we are finally in the final week of preseason. We've cut down to 53. Our roster, everything is set for week 1. I'm just going to recap everything that happened. That way, next episode, we're getting into some regular season action. First things first. We'll start off. We did sign 2 free agents to help fill out the squad here. We signed a backup middle linebacker for Bobby and a cornerback, Brian Poole, I believe is how you pronounce his name. So very excited to get Brian there because that's a big time talent there for us. He was 1 year, $3.65 million, and the backup linebacker, he's just a rookie, undrafted rookie. Quinn rushing, 1 year, super cheap deal. Just, some depth behind the GOAT in Bobby Wagner. And I'll I'll tell you guys once we get to the cornerback spot why we decided to sign Brian. But we also spent a lot of tokens. If you guys remember, we get tokens. Everyone in the league gets these virtual tokens to upgrade stuff on their players if they produce content for the league and all that good stuff. So I haven't spent any of my tokens. I've just been stockpiling them, and we did spend a good amount. On the offensive side of the ball, we upgraded Thaddeus Moss to star development, so he is now at star development, which is great. So hopefully if he gets a breakout chance, he gets the superstar instead of just, going to star because he wasn't normal. And on the defensive side, we upgraded free safety Marquise Blair to star development as well. So just try to get those guys, their focus trained as well, both those players. So get them to star now. That way, hopefully by the end of this season, they can be, big-time players for us, getting up there overall. We also spent 14 tokens on our rookie right tackle, Ben Greenfield, to upgrade him to have the high motor trait. So decided to roll with the young man at right tackle. Decided, why not throw him some extra, tokens his way or boost him up just a bit to really try to get the best out of him. And we're just going to break down the roster real quick, and then we'll go through our schedule and kind of some stuff that we want to think about towards next year. But starting on the offensive side, some different faces here and there. Offensive line, really nothing crazy besides right tackle. But Gabe Jackson, Ben Jones, Damian Lewis, Dwayne Brown, all, going into after the draft, always were going to start no matter what. The right tackle spot, I was really iffy on. Greenfield's a much better pass blocker. DJ Fluker is a much better run blocker. He's also really old. If Greenfield, I believe he's star. There is a way where you can check on our league's website. You can check. So I believe this man is a star development. So if he's star, that's still better than normal. So we can develop him a little bit faster than if he was normal. And he's a rookie. He'll be playing on the snaps. And he could be the future right tackle. I was expecting to replace my right tackle next season. So if I can get it this season, that's huge, because then next season we can focus on replacing Dwayne Brown. He'll probably be way too old. He might even retire. And Ben Jones, another old player. So next season we'll have to focus on replacing center and then left tackle. And the season after that, probably replacing Gabe Jackson. He's got 2 more years left. So we got Gabe locked up for another year after this. And then he'll probably be to that point where we have to replace him. So decided to go with Greenfield. We got some veterans to surround him around, so it's not completely terrible. Sucks that we did spend the money on DJ. I think it was like a $4 million deal or high threes that I sent him to start for us. But I didn't expect a hit on Greenfield. And if he wasn't star, if this was a normal development player, I don't think I would start him. But the fact that he's star makes me really want to start him. And his stats really aren't that bad. I mean, for a 68 overall, he's got a lot of stuff mid to high 70s. So, I will take that. Strength is a little bit low. Hopefully that can get up. Tight ends, Will Dissly, Colby Parkinson still going to be in there in those 2 tight ends and stuff like that. But Thaddeus Moss, star development now with the tokens that we used on him, and he will be our starting tight end. I'm hoping we can develop him to be a monster. He's got good speed, 82 speed, 85 acceleration. His catching is 86, so pretty good catching there. Even his catch in traffic against back catch isn't too bad. So I'm excited to see how he plays. I haven't played a single preseason game or anything with him, so really excited to see how he plays. Hopefully he plays pretty good. If not, maybe Will Dissly gets the starting job, but we've invested in Thaddeus Moss. He's basically like a rookie. How old is this man? 24? Yeah, he's 24 at a 66 overall right now. If I drafted a 24-year-old 66 overall with these stats, I'd be pretty happy. So we'll see how he plays out. Very excited to use him. Receiving group, nothing different, completely the same. DK, Tyler out wide with Eskers in the slot, just like last season. Quarterbacks, Sam, Russell, obviously. Nick Ballore still our fullback. New backup quarterback. We got Jake from State Farm. Hopefully he never has to see the field. Running back room, slightly different. Chris still here, still going to be our starting running back. And we got Artie McKenzie, our rookie second-round selection. He will be the backup running back, playing that Rashad Penny role. He looks kind of sad in that picture. I don't know why. He looks a little sad, but excited to use him. He's actually going to be our kick returner and punt returner as well. Great speed. His carrying, could get up there a little bit, but good change of direction. Juke spin, pretty good. So I'm really excited to use him. I'm just hoping he can play that Rashad Penny role, be my receiving back for us that we needed. I'm actually really happy with that selection. I wasn't expecting him to be at 74 overall, so I'm really happy with that pick there for us. Artie McKenzie will be that. That is the offensive unit. We actually went down. I think we were at 80 overall on both sides of the ball last season, but we went down a bit, probably because we're playing some younger guys. So, it'll work out long term if we can hit on these guys. Safeties, a little different. Jamal's still our strong safety, but free safety, Marquise Blair, like I said, I upgraded him to star development as well, so he will be our new free safety. Another young guy that I'm very excited to use. I will miss Quandre Diggs. I love Quandre Diggs in real life. I actually hope they re-sign Quandre Diggs in real life, but in Madden terms, I mean, even in real life terms, I don't see Quandre getting a 3-year deal. If it was 1 or 2, I probably would have done it, but 3 years is what what he was wanting in game. I didn't want to commit to an aging free safety for that long, and especially with Marquise Blair can kind of be a little demon back here, man. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 87 hit power. I mean, the man might be an absolute monster for us, so we'll see. Expecting some pretty good things out of him this season. He played limited snaps for us last season, but I'm expecting him to have a good season for us. Linebacker core, same exact thing as always. Bobby, Brooks, Cody, Quinn Rushing. Here's the rookie undrafted free agent we got. Nothing special here. I mean, he's got 90 acceleration, so that's pretty good, I guess, but nothing too crazy. Got some decent traits, actually. But, Bobby will be that guy for us. Corners. Now, this is one where I sat and I thought for a very, very long time, what do I want to do? There was a couple ways I could have went. Sidney Jones locked in as our number 1 corner. I already knew that. But the second corner, I was in a bit of a pickle. I did not want to push DJ Reed out wide. I liked him in the slot, and he's still going to be our nickel corner. He's still going to be in the slot. So DJ Reed's still in the slot. So wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I signed Brian Poole, who is pretty solid. 81 overall. He's got decent speed. His man zone is good. His play recognition is good. Press isn't too bad. I mean, all of these stats are pretty freaking dialed, if you ask me. Right now, he is our third corner, so he's still going to come out in dime and all that stuff, but he's not going to come out in all the other packages. We have rookie late fifth round pick, Najee Beckwith. 6 feet tall, he's 22, he's out of Texas. Decent speed, his man in zone. I mean, he's an okay rookie, and we're going to see how he plays. Now, here is the thing. If he's solid, I'm going to give him probably the first 4 weeks. If he's usable and he isn't getting blown by every single 5 seconds by people or just getting fried left and right by whoever we come across, I'll probably rock with him the whole season and try to develop him, and hopefully he can be the corner outside or on the other side of Sidney Jones. If it's really bad, if we're getting just destroyed by him and it's not panning out, then that's why I went out and got Brian Poole. It's only a 1-year deal. It's cheap. It was like $3.4 million, I think, is what I gave him. What did I give him here? Let's see. Contract $3.65. So it's cheap. It's 1 year. Nothing long term. I wanted to get that insurance in case Beckwith did not work out wide, in case it was a disaster and he's just not going to be the starter for us. So that way we still have it. And even if Beckwith is solid, we still have in our dime packages another solid corner to come out there and play for us. So that's where Brian Poole's going to be now. He's still going to be getting playing time in the dime and all that stuff. I'm fingers crossed that Beckwith can hit and pop for us, and our right tackle, because if those 2 rookies can pop and be long-term players for us, those will be huge down the line. So that's what we're going to roll with. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. Seeing that 68 over there is a little scary, but that's what we're going to roll with. Defensive line, some small changes. Jaron Reed moved to the defensive tackle one spot. Puna at the 2. Just like the old Seahawks days, Jaron and Puna starting for us. No Gino. He ended up retiring, so we had to replace that. Got a better player, I believe, Jaron. Darrell Taylor will be the right defensive end, and the left defensive end in our base packages is going to be L.J. Collier. He's bigger. I believe he has a little bit better block shedding than he's like 40 pounds or 30 pounds bigger than Alton. His power moves are better. I feel like you got to have that finesse move, when you're in your heavy sets and stuff, I feel like isn't the best. But it is what it is. LJ will be our starting defensive end in the base stuff, like I said, and left defensive end in our dime and nickel packages will be Alton Robinson. So Alton Robinson, I believe, is the better pass rusher. Even in real life, I believe that too. His speed, he's quicker. His finesse moves, maybe he can get around, hit him with a swim move or something. This could obviously change. If LJ starts making some plays, he'll play more. If Alton starts making some plays, he'll play more. If they both suck, we could move Rasheem Green there, and then he will play more because he's another player that we could. My wife's going crazy if you hear her. I'm sorry. She's freaking out about the dogs. But if they both suck, then we could play Rasheem Green there, who's a solid young player. And if somehow all three of them suck, we have our rookie that we drafted. What did we get this guy? The 4th round, I think. Alfonso Wolf, maybe he can get some playing time. But hopefully, with LJ in the base, Alton come out in nickel and dime, that would be great. Darrell Taylor's going to be in our dime stuff. He's going to be everywhere. I'm expecting a decent year out of this man. It's time for him to prove himself. He had an okay year last year. I had a chance to get him a star. I failed, which is just unfortunate. But this is his year to prove himself and solidify himself on that defensive line. Because if he has another subpar season or just average season, I don't think it's going to work long term for us. We're going to have to figure out both of these defensive end spots. So hopefully Darrell Taylor can turn it on for us. Moving to special teams, kicker, punter, exactly the same. I just threw in a bum long snapper there. I didn't want my starters there just in case they got hurt or whatever. Like I said, Artie McKenzie is our kick returner and punt returner, so he's going to be getting the ball a lot, which is what you always love to see. Specialist packages. DJ Reed is in a slot. Like I said, Jaron and Puna are same starting lineup there. Alton, Darrell Taylor, slot receiver, D. Eskridge, power backs, Chris Carson, obviously. Artie McKenzie, our 3rd down back. And then here is our practice squad. I did move some people on here that we have on our team, like Cade Johnson. This was the defensive tackle, I believe, that we drafted in the 7th round, I think. This was our 4th round corner. Moved him here. Trey Brown's also on the practice squad. So we got some decent players in the practice squad. Obviously, they'll fill out as we start our season. But that is it for the starting lineup. We're going to move to the schedule. It's an interesting one. We have a very important early game, which I'll show you here. We start off with the Rams 49ers, so 2 divisional games early on, which is a little tough. Then the NFC Championship rematch, Kylo. If it's anything like last season, this is going to be a very important game for us because last season it came down almost to a tiebreaker for the bye week. So this could be a big game for both of us. Whoever wins will have the tiebreaker, obviously. So that could be a big one for playoff standings. Chargers, tough team. Falcons, Cowboys, Bills, who I believe were the 2nd seed in the AFC. Saints, Cardinals, 49ers, Cardinals, Broncos, Buccaneers, the Packers, who made the playoffs, solid team, the Raiders, and we end it with the Chiefs, who also, I was going to say they made the AFC Championship, but I don't think they did. They made it to the divisional round. So some tough games in there, some very tough games, especially early on, starting off with our first 4. We have Rams, Panthers, Chargers. Not to say the 49ers aren't tough, but those were all playoff teams. So it'll be difficult. It'll be very difficult. We'll see how it pans out. I'm excited to use all these rookies, though. Very, very excited. Last thing I want to say before, you guys are going to hear so much talking in the background, so I'm trying to plow through this, is our salaries at the end of the season. Who do we have to re-sign? DK, top priority out of everyone that we need to re-sign. I want that deal to get done. He's going to get way too much money. It's going to be insane, but it has to happen. Bobby, I'm leaning more towards franchise tagging and trying to trade him. We'll see how much he's asking for and how much he regresses. Then I'll decide, if I want to tag him and trade him or maybe keep him. We'll have to see that. Chris, I tried trading. There's just no reason to pay running backs. It is what it is. I love Chris, but he'll probably walk. I don't think I'll be able to trade him. I don't think I'll even be able to tag him and trade him because it's hard to even trade for running backs because people could just draft one. So he'll probably walk, test free agency, and I'll have to sign either Artie McKenzie if he's a baller. He'll just take the starting job and we'll draft another guy, or we'll draft a replacement for him or whatever. We'll have to figure it out. But Chris Carson most likely leaving. You can't sign everyone. So Chris most likely out the door. Dwayne Brown, same thing. He's going to be 38. The man's going to be ancient, so he'll probably be out the door. Ben Burke-Irvin will probably try to keep solid depth piece. Jaron Reed just depends on how he plays, if we'll keep him or not. Brian Poole, same thing. He'll probably depends on how he plays. Maybe we'll keep him, but really not much, nothing crazy. Maybe we get a new kicker, but the only big time signing that we got to get done, like big time money wise. I mean, we got a lot of like depth players, some quality play like Marquise Blair. Depends on how he plays, But the main one I think is DK. Got to get it done. And then the following season we have another big one in Russell Wilson. So we'll have to figure out, if do we move on from him? I don't want to. I hope I can use Russell all season, but I don't know how the regression is going to hit him when we get deep in the seasons. So it just all depends. But especially for this next season, DK is top priority. Let me know what you guys think about the other guys like Bobby and Chris, but DK top priority here. Get that locked up. He's going to be our wide receiver 1 the whole series. But that is that for the video. Let me know what you guys think about how we did with the team, starting those 2 rookies. A little scary, but I think we're going to do it. And I will see you guys in the next one.